Little guy I caught right here is my lifer Cattail Toothpick Grasshopper. And they're called the Cattail Toothpick Grasshopper because, as you can see, they always like to hang around areas with these tall grasses like cattails and sawgrasses and reeds. That's where you mostly find these guys. I actually found this one on the ground, which is a little odd. You see the back legs are also very long and thin for a grasshopper. And the head is sloped. Now, despite what you may think, these guys are not actually a member of the slant-faced grasshopper group, despite their slant face. They're actually a member of a group known as spur-throated toothpick grasshoppers. So, not all toothpick grasshoppers are closely related, which is interesting. And this guy can be separated from the similar Glassywing toothpick grasshopper because of the longer head and the overall thinner body shape. Look how weird of a grasshopper that is. It almost doesn't even look like a grasshopper. But they're perfectly suited to camouflage right in with this kind of habitat. This right here that I have is the glassy-winged toothpick grasshopper, a very similar species to the cattail toothpick grasshopper. But as you can see, that little plate on like what you might think is the neck is called the pronotum. And the head of the glassy-winged toothpick grasshopper is actually shorter than that pronotum, and longer in the pronotum in the cattail toothpick grasshopper. Glassywings also average a bit deeper green. Cattails are sometimes even brown. Glassywings are almost always green, average like a deeper green, and they're more like iridescent. You see it's kind of shiny looking. And also they average a bit more of, kind of having a little bit more of a stocky build to them. They're not as long and thin looking as the cattail toothpick grasshopper, but still a very strange looking grasshopper nonetheless. I'll let this guy go.
This little grasshopper right here is a nymph, or very young ridgeback grasshopper. Now, this is actually an incredible sighting for me. Not only was this a lifer, but it's also a Palm Beach County first record and looks to be the farthest south one has ever been seen in the state of Florida. That high serrated ridge on the back of the pronotum, as well as the mottled coloration, are great indicators for the identification of the ridgeback grasshopper. These guys are in the genus Sphaeragimon, which is the same genus as the very common species that I see a lot called southern marbled grasshopper.
So this little guy I caught right here is a southeastern five-lined skink. Very small one. He was on the side of a wall. He was just kind of crawling up there. So I got him. I'm not going to hold him for too long. I'm just going to put him right back where I found him. These are pretty common species to find around here. This little guy right here was just walking on the sidewalk. I don't know what he was doing out here. He was probably going to get stepped on. This little guy is a very young striped mud turtle. You can see striped mud turtles in general have large heads for turtles. And you can see the head is so disproportionate for the body. And striped mud turtles have stripes on the head, but also, not trying to harass this guy too much, on the shell. 3 yellow stripes on the shell. And then the belly is also yellow, and in older individuals, it can be an orangish color as well. So I'm just gonna help this guy towards the water. Alright, I just set the little mud turtle right here. Let's make sure to set it the direction it was facing in. There's some good little habitat around here. And there's definitely lots of mud down there, so he's gonna have a good little time around here. Hopefully he survives. These guys grow up to about 5 inches max. These are very small turtles.